Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, the 8th of June. It's gone 10:03 here in Melbourne, Australia. Welcome to everyone right around the world who's plugged in live to our Saturday morning Real Talk. And for those of you who are going to watch this in the future, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is authentic. This is real. Kim has no idea what I'm about to say, so I'm going to be calling on him and we'll go around the grounds. Let's go to you. Listen, guys, I'm not going to keep going right around the grounds. I do want to say this because I've had an interesting week and I don't want to focus too much on it. And, I just want to say this to us all because I value our community. I value my family. I value my friends. I just want you to start in your notes the following saying. It's a Jim Rohn saying, and it means a lot to me this week. Life is short at best. Just write it down. It goes quick. And, we can talk about the days, we can talk about the weeks, but sometimes the years and sometimes people's lives go, real fast. And you really got to sit back and appreciate exactly who you are and where you are and what you're doing and make sure that, we're blessed with a certain amount of time on planet Earth, certain amount of opportunity to be the best versions of ourselves. And I just don't want, and I know we don't, take anything for granted. I just wanted to make that point here. Here's something, again, that I want to discuss this morning, though. When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you actually did something for the very first time? And we can all reflect on the week that we've just had and we say, oh, it was a really good week. But did you operate that week in safe harbor? Did you operate that week by just going through the motions, doing the do, maybe just doing things in a comfortable way, and you were in safe harbor? My question to us all is, when was the last time you did something that made you feel a little bit uncomfortable, got you out of your comfort zone to say, hey, you know what I mean? I often say to myself, Wayne, stop spinning your wheels on the runway. Stop pretending you've got momentum by thinking you're just turning your wheels over. Are you actually making measurable progress to where you want to go? For me, right now, my message to us all and a message to myself is, I've taken my eye way off the prize. The prize is there. Kim said, once you get your vision board, put it away. I've taken my eye off the prize. And for me, it's about the journey. It's about the process now. And making sure that every single day I'm moving forward, sometimes taking myself out of safe harbor. And I don't know about you, Kim knows this from me. I challenge myself every day with, I got an idea. I got a new idea. Because a new idea for me is a spark of life. It's something new, whether it comes to fruition, whether we action it or not, whether we implement it. It's something that keeps me sharp. It's something new. It's something different. It's something, I don't know about you guys, that excites me. A new idea to do something, to be better, to progress, to accelerate myself towards where I want to go. Taking myself constantly out of safe harbor, because ego wants to keep you in that comfort. Ego wants to protect you. It's there to say, oh, this is warm, this is cuddly. Let's just stay in cotton wool. Why do this? You don't really need to do that. And that's that self-talk stuff. Did you challenge yourself with anything new, anything different, anything that got you to be your personal best, something that you did for the very first time that you haven't done in a long time? Amy, over to you.
Yes, I popped a little bit of an update in the chat, but yes, I think the thing that I did that I hadn't done in a long time was a business launch. I did one at the very beginning of my experience with the business, which was a little home meeting. And then this time I did an online version, and thank you to Kim for supporting that as my mentor. But we had a mixture of people log on, and I've committed a new goal to everyone. I've sort of announced a new goal that we're working on to support. And it worked. It was great. A couple of the girls that are online now were on the call, and they had guests on the call for them. And we're funneling that into moving people into the flow, the steps of the Healthy Living International flow for the business. And we've got people that just want to use the product. So we've created our own 10-day client follow-up experience to support those as well. So we're working together on that. And that launch was the decision to do something new to create that.
All right. So daily method of operation, action plan. Let me just delve deep into it. Then I'm going to go to Kim. What's stimulated? What was the mindset? Forget that you actually did, and kudos to you for doing a business launch. Fantastic. I love it when people actually do things, but let me go back. Why? Where were you in your mindset to say, I've got to do this? So other people on this call, perhaps listening in this call, could see where your brain was at, that not forced you, but gave you the impetus to make that, decision.
Yeah, I think what was going through my head was the feeling of, if I don't do something that I'm initiating and I'm putting out there, then I'm really only ever going to go through the motions, and I'm never going to create my own personal momentum, because it's easy to sort of just hang around and show up to the meetings and do the minimums. But if I put myself out there, it causes me to have to then follow through with that and then follow up. And it's like you're putting yourself on the line a little bit, putting yourself out in the front. So it was a drive to want to build some personal momentum from the front end.
Yeah.
And then create,
and that ego of self-justification, being in safe harbor, things aren't that bad, it's I'm comfortable, or whatever it is, or I'm scared, or I'm fearful. All that stuff is overcome when you have enough projects in place. Now, understand this. You're not going to be successful in all your projects. And that's so cool. Okay. We often say, fail hard, give it your best shot, and fail fantastic. But you've given it a shot. Kudos to those people who are, training to run marathons and they just don't get to the finish line. But what they've become as a result of going for things, putting on challenges of going to future press team retreat. How am I going to get 50,000 organizational volume, 2,500 royalty points? And I remember, Roger Shahada had a guy in his business. Maybe Kim might remember this, or
was it Shiraz?
Shiraz had a guy in his business that did 90,000 volume in 2 months to qualify for something. And so it's a matter of just getting the right person to really qualify for something. And it could be you. It's just a mindset thing. And for me, my projects, just to be totally transparent with you, are countries. I love having country projects. How do I build my business in this country? How do I build my business in this region? How do I build my business in this community? How do I build my business in this industry? A project to really target and focus, energy and time and vibrational, like attractional stuff, to say, that's my project, that's what I stand for, my blinkers are on, and away I go. You've got to really be hardcore with what projects you've got going on if you want success. Because if you don't want success, I promise you, there's enough projects going on planet Earth that are going to take you off track with other people's agendas. They're going to push you this way. They're going to shove you that way. You're going to be, swaying from pillar to post. And that's okay if you want to live your life that way. That's okay. That's safe. I'll accept that. I won't do this. I may do that. That could be a good thing. That could be a way you want to live, but not ultimately if you want what I call freedom. Freedom being that I'm so sure about where I'm going that nothing else matters. So I'm free from so much noise and distraction. For me, that's peace of mind. For me, that's living well. For me, that's when you're on track for where you want to go. And you've got to have that strength in your resolve to say, I'm going to get out of safe harbor. I coined a phrase. I bounced it off Kim. Kim, I have to keep referring back to it because it's a great set of words. Maybe you wrote it down when we discussed it. Here it is. Are you feeling, write this down, guys. This is cool. This is so cool. This is Wayneisms at work. GW, you're going to like this one. This could be on my grave. Are you feeling overprotected in the real world, meaning too scared to do something? Overprotected about what's happening in, the real world with, the wars going on and, the disruption happening here and the economy and this and that. And, most people, I had a conversation with someone yesterday. My goodness, she said, when I'm scared to go outside. And are you feeling underprotected in the virtual world? And that's the key. Focus on me, guys. Overprotected in the real world, underprotected in the virtual world. Are you scrolling? Are you watching? Are you listening to noise coming from media, from opinion, from innuendo, from, stuff that's actually so not true, so agenda driven that now you're stuck in a dilemma? And the answer for all that kind of problem, guys, comes down to our community. It comes down to, here's a group of people, here's a group of individuals that are so focused, that are so driven on such nice values and principles. And they've got processes and systems in place to say, join these guys because they're making a difference. Okay? They're making a difference. And the attraction value that we've got, I promise you, is unbelievable at the moment. Momentum is going to come when we invite people to rub shoulders with who we are and we do. Our testimonies through our product results, our testimonies through our business stories, that recording from Gaga and Renya, for those people who listen to it, to women at home, similar ages, kids at home, life-changing stuff. Testimonies that change people's lives in a positive way is who we are and what we do. Do not take that for granted. There are people hurting out there more so than what you know that need us like never before. Here's a question that you need to write down. Let me just go around the grounds a little bit quickly here. And Adrian, I can see you there, mate. Welcome back to our Saturday morning call. Just on the spot, buddy, unfinished business. Give me 3 things. I know we've all got a list, but you got 3 things there, sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are unfinished business. Obviously, Herbalife's one of them. Boot camps, 10 boot camps in 10 countries is unfinished. I was on a roll a few years back, and I had a couple countries doing it, and obviously stopped. Yeah, going to the gym. There's so much I can be for the next half an hour telling you how much unfinished business I've got. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly talk about why I wrote the Wiggles. And that's because I've lost a lot of fun in Herbalife. And talking to Patrick, he's like, let's just have fun again. And that's where I was dominating, when I was having so much fun. And I've lost that in Herbalife. So that's where I have to start again and start having fun again. And obviously attending and Goggins was for the discipline and the mindset and all that. And, I'm sure you get frustrated with me, Wayne, over the years, but I'm not going anywhere.
But our community is growing and our energy is strong. And one of the things is we need all our logs on the campfire for everyone. Your log, Aaron's log, Karen's log, Renya's log. We need every log on to keep this bonfire really potent. Okay, Amy, I want to go to you because you're kind of like invested in the system a little bit more now as you're a newbie taking advantage of it. Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Sell me the system to everyone who's on the Zoom live, and sell me the system to perhaps some people who are listening to the recording, because you've experienced a couple of things out in the marketplace. Just give us your perception.
Okay. When I was at World Team, crossing over to Active World Team, I learned a lesson that this business was about duplication back then. Okay. And the way that I learned in the beginning how to duplicate fast, and the reason we got to Millionaire Team in 3 years, was we had a predictable, reliable, weekly and monthly system that we could put people into where they could see and hear more for themselves and then run their own race, whether that was health or business. Without that system, what I was creating was my own personal training business all over again, where I was the issue and I was limited in my own knowledge, my own skill, my own vision, and I was capped. I didn't want to go back there. So that decision to use a system from World Team to Active World Team, get to Millionaire Team, that was what built our royalties. And when I've come into Healthy Living, what I see is a predictable, reliable Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday system where I'm not the one solely speaking, that I can go out there all week long, do all my methods, get all my clients, get my prospects, and funnel it all into a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday experience, and then follow that up and look for people that want to start their top 20 goals. Obviously, experience, register, top 20 goals. So the onboarding process of this group is so simple. And then the weekly training of this group is so simple and reliable and consistent. So I'm just excited to use it, to be honest. I sat down with my supervisors. They know they're on the call. We had a little Zoom for 15 minutes on, I can't remember what night it was. And I said, look at this system. I've been sitting in it, observing it, getting my groove in it for a couple of weeks, but now I'm ready to really turn on the key. This is what I'll be doing. I'll be here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And when someone wants to get started, we're going to get them experience, registered, top 20 goals, like and trust. You know, who do you know? And that whole onboarding process, and that's not going to change until. So I just know it's predictable. Consistency is key, especially if you're trying to duplicate, and this group's doing it. So I'm very excited.
And we're excited, Amy. I want to elaborate on that a little bit as well, because, and I appreciate your feedback and we value who you are in the system, but I value everyone. Each and every one of you are leaders, and each and every one of you are important to us all. You know, I don't say the phrase, it takes each of us to make all of us successful, lightly. But I do say the phrase amplified with Mark Hughes's, you know, sentiments behind it. When Kim, Broma, myself, the other president's team, and even Amy with respect, in a millionaire team, and Kim Valance, Mill 75, we're just human beings, just doing the same thing, been around a little bit longer, showing the same frustrations, irritations, aggravations, challenges, but we love it. We just love what we do, and we're going to grab everyone and wrap our arms around everyone, kicking and screaming and seeing you at the top. I just want everyone to understand that you're all champions, and you all have to ignite that fire within yourself and value, like Amy said, who we are and what we do, and the genius of our simplicity and the genius of our authenticity. No agenda, no motives, just simple, fun stuff. We muck it up, we stuff it up, we have fun, but we call it the way it is. And I've got a little note at the front of my desk that says, you know, good people stab their friends from the front. Good friends stab their, good people stab their friends from the front. You know, they stab them from the front. They don't stab them in the back. You know, and I think it's so important that we remain open and share with each other and attend for all of us to make it better for all of us. I really want to stand by that.
And she said, I'm looking for a side hustle. She said, well, perfect. Just go on here. We're looking for people that want to make an extra up to $3,000 in the next 90 days. Click on this, make it. And guess what? Came through, made an appointment, went through the flow, and actually made a Calendly link appointment. And I said, is she for real? She wants to really do a Zoom call. I thought you were going to meet her for coffee. She said, well, yeah. She texted her, said, yeah. So that's now my turn to come in and do the presentation. So
I think the challenge to that, Kim, is, again, with these, brochures that those of you who have taken the time to get these from Kimmy, is they work. They work if you work. But I just want to stay on point for 1 minute. I'm going to just go to Kim Valance. Kim, that old media artist that you haven't connected with, what's going to be your opening line to some person that you really want to connect again? What is your invitation to get together? How does that sound?
Well, possibly similar, because I think if you're always thinking of closing a sale or closing an enrollment to begin with, you're already sort of like making a mistake. It's just connecting with that person. And again, for me, it would be reaching out and say, hey, we haven't caught up for a long time. What are you up to? I'd love to hear what's going on in your life. I know it's been a while, but what are you doing next week? So something like that is casual, because, obviously then you're going to have the conversation, and where that leads is a beautiful thing, and you're interested in them and what they've been doing. And of course, they're going to ask you the question, well, hey, what have you been up to?
Let's get the flow real clear for those people who don't understand it. Write this down: contact, invitation, presentation, registration. Contact, invitation, presentation, then registration. You've got to go through the flow, and after the registration, the only thing that matters then is called testimony. You got to get a result, be it that it's a product or a financial result. From there, you've only got the opportunity to work with someone, in my mind, once they've got a testimonial. Until they've got a testimonial, your job's not done.
So thank you very much, Wayne. And of course, next Saturday, same time, same station, our Real Talk.
Real talk. Gotta love real talk. And again, thank you everyone who's contributing, new people particularly, to our Tuesday, Thursday calls with their testimonies. Like I said, we're going to wrap our arms around you, and we look forward to you sharing. And they're fantastic. The more stories, the better we are. It makes it easier for everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. May your football team win.